So guys, make sure to stay until the end, because if you make one common mistake, you may end up spending thousands of dollars on parts diagnostics that you may need. Make sure to stay until the end, we will explain what it is. Hey guys, welcome back to Electrical Car Repair Live. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you having a Dodge Challenger this generation here from year 2014 to year 2024. If you have a problem where you see on the dash that says service transmission, stay with us, we'll explain what can cause that. It could be super simple fix that quite a few people ignore, they don't check and they spend thousands of dollars on repairs. We'll explain what we see. Also guys, if you need to buy replacement parts too at a good price, we'll share the information in the video for your convenience. So let's start on it now. So before we start guys, let us tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get here at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. We take them completely apart, we show you how to fix transmissions, engines, bodywork, electrical components, fuses, relays. Why we do all that guys? Because our mission at the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep making these free videos. We have guys more than 15,000 free repair videos on our YouTube channels that can practically guys save you thousands of dollars in future repairs. And if you need to buy parts, tools at a good price, quick shipping, we'll put the links in the description of the video below for your convenience. So if you guys have that warning that says service transmission, multiple things can cause that. And now one simple fix could be guys, check fuses, relays for transmission control modules. We'll explain what else. And what else quite often could be another easy fix that you need to check as well. The first thing, open the hood on your Dodge Challenger. When you face the engine, that's a V6, but you may have a V8. On the left side, facing the engine, you have the main engine fuse box. Press the tabs together, pull the cover up, and you're going to find a fuse box with a layout like this one here. Before we continue, let's explain quickly why it's always a good idea to test fuses and relays. It is guys very important to test fuses and relays. On those fuses you cannot clearly see if they're burnt or not, especially you can see in the J-case fuses as well. And if you guys assume, okay, let's say you remove a fuse, you look at it and you assume guys that it's actually a good fuse, but it's actually a bad fuse, sometimes you cannot clearly see that. What can easily happen guys at that point, you can put the bad fuse in and you start replacing parts and tools that you don't need to, so you lose your time, you lose your money to fix a problem that doesn't exist, when all we had to do is test the fuse and replace it. We'll put a link to a special video that will teach you how to test fuses, how to check relays very easily as well guys. So check it out, it will be in the description of the video below. So guys, what we need to check now, multiple fuses, relays. Starting here, the first thing you want to check is actually guys fuse 29. We're talking about that fuse right here. You want to check fuse 39, right, 31, 34, 35, check these fuses as well. You want to check fuse 37 right here as well, very important fuse. After that guys, you need to check relay 44 right there. Okay, check that relay. Next you need to open the trunk. In the trunk you have another fuse box. Lift up the carpet liner, underneath you have the spare tire, that's the car battery, behind it you have a fuse box here, that's a closer look. Press the tabs together, pull the cover up, and you have that layout here. Specifically here guys, we need to check one more fuse, and that's known as fuse number 26 guys. So fuse 26, some of you will, some of you will not have it. That's 27, 26 will be right here. If you have it, check it as well. Now, if you have problems with the transmission, other things that we see quite often guys, come, I'll show you something this way. We're gonna get the light for the camera, and I want to show you something on the brake paddle. That's something most people never think about. In order to shift the transmission shifter, you know how you have to press the brake paddle, then you need to apply the button here and shift it, right? But guys, why you press the brake paddle? You see that's your brake paddle right here. Okay, now let's go from underneath. Perfect, just like that. That device right there, that's a brake light switch. If we press the brake paddle, watch how it moves. It registers that you press the brake paddle. It sends that information to the transmission control module, powertrain module. If the brake light switch is bad, you may get these problems, guys. So in that case, what you need to do, test brake light switch. We'll have videos on our YouTube channels how to do that. Next, brake light switch might be good, but even if you install a new one, you often need to calibrate it on these new vehicles. If you want to see how to calibrate brake light switch, we'll have videos on our YouTube channels. Next, guys, if the brake light switch is good, you tested it, everything's fine, what else can cause that? Now, you want to inspect and make sure you don't have traction control, stability control, ABS lights on. If you do, check fuses and relays for the ABS module. We will have the video on the channel. This is ABS module, guys. This is the computer. It works together with the transmission. That module, guys, okay, that module is quite complicated. We had problem where the transmission couldn't shift, stuck in park. We got all kind of warnings because of a bad ABS module as well. That's the one that we actually replaced on a Dodge vehicle, guys, because of that. So we had to replace it, program it, and we fixed it that way. If you want to see how to replace ABS module, how to program it, we'll have videos on our YouTube channels. Next, that's your shifter, guys, here, right? The shifter, it doesn't have a cable like it used to back in the day. Okay, you have wires right here, okay, and then you have this wire right there. So, and one practically you have right here as well. That goes, guys, okay, to the switch. Okay, now you can see that's a locking solenoid right here. And if that shifter, guys, okay, if that shifter wire is disconnected, that can cause these problems too. Sometimes it could be a bad shifter, but always remove the console, inspect the shifter, make sure everything's plugged in. We had a case where a wire came loose, we got a message, service shifter, transmission problems, it was stuck, we couldn't shift it because of that. Next, guys, okay, we tested ABS modules, fuses, relays, transmission relays. Another thing that you may need to consider checking, okay, at that point, will be, even before you start anything else, I would recommend car battery. Now, guys, we have a special video about symptoms of bad car battery on Dodge Challenger that teaches you how to test your battery the correct way. If you do it the wrong way, you may think you have a good battery, the engine computer may think you have a good battery, but unstable voltage can cause transmission to be chaotic, and we've seen people replacing transmissions when all they had to do is test the battery the correct way, replace it, and that fixed the problem. Believe it or not, we've seen people spending $5,000 to $10,000 on new transmissions. Another thing, guys, after that, the battery is good. If it's still not fixed, okay, at that point you will need to, guys, get a scanner, retrieve the codes from the engine computer, transmission control module, see what codes you have. That will tell you, okay, what exactly is happening, and you will know it could be just a shifter solenoid causing that. If you want to see how to test transmission solenoid, how to replace transmission solenoid on a car, it's not too complicated. We'll have videos on our YouTube channels that will teach you how to do that step by step, guys. But that will be a little bit more complicated. We just hope it's bad battery, brake light switch, or a fuse in most cases. So, service transmission warning, guys, if you have that one thing that you need to check as well will be on your transmission. That's a transmission. You see that lever here, guys? Okay. That lever, that used to be back in the day the shifter lever. Now it's not. That lever, okay, attaches to that mechanical cable. And what do you use that cable for? If you come right here under the shifter, guys, you come under the shifter inside. That's a mechanical cable, and you lift it up, okay, to override the transmission shifter, right? But when you do that, sometimes it will bend that plate. It may be stuck in the wrong position, it may not release all the way, and that can cause that warning as well. So if the vehicle was towed, put on a trailer or anything like that, inspect that cable, make sure that it's in the right position, because being the wrong position can cause that warning as well. Next, car battery. Actually, that will be the first thing we will always check. Test your car battery in a really good way. We'll have video how to do that step by step. These new vehicles have up to 40-50 different modules, control units that work together. They depend on stable voltage, electricity, and when, guys, the battery is acting up, things can go nuts in them. So always test the battery. We'll have video on our YouTube channel how to do that step by step. So guys, this Dodge Challenger has all kinds of different fuses and relays. Those could be really hard to find if you're in the middle of nowhere. We'll guys put a link in the description of the video below where you can get some spare ones put in the glove box, because one time we needed a spare, we couldn't find one, and we were stuck in the middle of nowhere because of that, guys. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.